Yeah, you literally have answered all my questions. But I guess like who out of like Duke, I'd be curious to know who you would vote for out of Aaron and Curtis.
I think you've actually asked me this previous to this, and I would have voted for Aaron. I would have voted for Aaron because just because of the relationship me and Aaron had. He would just tell me everything, and like on a game and strategy level, you know, that's what we mainly spoke about. Me and Curtis didn't really speak much game other than when I said I was going to try to vote him out. So that's why, you know, I would vote for Aaron based off of that.
Oh, okay. No, and I guess my question for Aaron and Curtis both, were you shocked that like I potentially could have won this game if I was in the final three?
I'll go first. So it's hit or miss. I think Curtis and I always knew that if we got to Final Four, we were probably going to take Fedja just because you were by far you were most likable. Like there was never a point where anyone said your name. You were totally fine going on the block because you knew no one was going to vote you out. And had you shown up, we would have voted Fedja. We weren't going to vote you. The only reason we even did it was because we were like, he's not here, so we're going to do it anyways. We weren't going to vote Fedja and then have you not vote. So you played brilliantly. I still felt like had we got to the end, I still feel like Curtis would have deserved it, but I'm also wouldn't have been shocked, and I was completely fine with losing to either you or Fedja.
And yeah, I was surprised. You were always I gravitated toward you when we met in person. I was like, he's my friend. I'm not going to fuck him over. So I was never going to like take you out. But I was always it was hard for me to read you in the game. And I think I told you as much when we would talk, basically. Like, it was really hard to figure out what you were doing. And I would tell Aaron, like, I don't understand Quentin. Like, I don't understand what he's doing. And the round when you decided to self-vote, I don't understand that. I would love to talk to you about that after the game, because I don't think you're the type of person who would lead me on for all day if you really weren't considering doing it. But now you're, you know what I mean? So in terms of your social game, yeah, you hid a lot of it. Like, I knew you were friends with everybody, but I didn't know it was that strong, for sure. So you did a good job in that respect.
Wait, can I ask you a question, Quentin?
Yeah.
Why did Fedja's friend tell Fedja that you were going to vote him out?
I love drama. I love drama so much. So I like obviously plotted the seeds with like all of Fedja's friends and like, I don't know. Just okay. Like I've been telling Fedja like forever.
Fedja got so mad.
I was upset.
I know he was. I know.
We talked about it.
You're in the same room. All right.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Hi. Oh, works. Fine. Hello. Awesome. Hey, cool. Congratulations to all of you. First of all, Aaron, I actually think I'm your second opportunity at a vote in this entire game because mine is wide open. So I will. My question to all of you is that throughout this game, there's been a lot of talk at many points of this game being either A, predictable, or B, that winners have been picked very early on in the results. So my question is to all of you: what was the moment where you think you actually won the game, where you said to yourself that I've won it? We'll start with Duke because you're the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, that's the angle that I'm going to be playing, I guess, is the underdog angle. I think that, my game took off, like I said, once Peyton got eliminated. I think I was able to kind of navigate through the individual portion post him with whatever the people that I had built relationships prior to him. I think, I had to win certain competitions to stay in the game, obviously. And the point where I thought I could win the game was, right up until, or right when I, won the competition last night, where it, solidified me being here and trying to explain, my journey. So I think that's the point where I thought I think I can win. But yeah, I respect however anyone votes, and good luck to everyone.
Awesome. Aaron?
I probably would say not until Final Four. Just because once I hit Final Four, I knew I was safe regardless because one, nobody was going to challenge me. So even if I didn't win, then I was going to still make it. But up until that point, I mean, if you ask, literally at the beginning of the game, I said I was gone jury as soon as we had jury. But I think probably the main part where I realized, I could get to the end was as soon as I would say Peyton went home. He was the last of the people that I was worried could pull off a comp win against me. Obviously, there was still times where, you came out of fucking nowhere with that one that you won. But as far as everybody else, I wasn't really worried about them either, one, beating me, or two, beating me and nominating me. But yeah. So.
Awesome. Curtis?
Okay, so I would say the round after Jordan left, I knew I had a really, really good shot because I had really good relationships with pretty much everybody left in the game. I didn't think I needed to rely on comp wins at that point, apart from to hopefully save Aaron. I thought most people in the game weren't going to come after me after that. So I think that after that, I had a really great shot at making it to the end.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys, and good luck.
Let me email Billy my resume. Victoria, Derek. Driver, did you see the twist?
Hello. Okay, so I honestly didn't think I was going to make it tonight because I was going to be at work, but there is a delay enough that, here I am. Oh God, hold on, barking dogs. Okay, so I didn't really have any questions prepared, so here I am just winging it. Congrats to you three for making it. It's not easy. Let's see. Okay. My first question is going to be for Curtis. So, you know I adore you. I love you. You're the love of my life. However, I'm having some trouble understanding something. You're a great game player. We all know that. In the beginning, you fucking killed it. Like, you know, even pitched the idea, even though, like, you wouldn't have gone through with it. You would, stop, Momo. You would, you know, Aaron is putting a target on your back because no one in the game likes Aaron. No offense, Aaron, but you did not have fans in the beginning, but I'm sure you knew that. So, like, you thought people were going to come after you, yada, yada, yada. You tell me you would ditch him. You did really well, but then as soon as you guys split, you kind of, like, tanked a little bit. Like, not in a mean way, but, like, I just saw Aaron playing more than you. Like, Aaron was winning the comps, he was making the calls, like, and I wanted to, like, I know you had to have had some influence on that, but it's like whenever duos came, you kind of like disappeared almost to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, not inactive or anything, because obviously you were hella active. It's just that I just didn't see you do much past that. Can you like change my mind on that?
No, but I think I can make you see it's not a bad thing, because when you think about who was left, like I had the boys, I had Amber, I had you, I had Billy, I had Derek, who I love too. I don't see the need for me to play super duper hard when everybody who's left are people who I love and people who I think are going to keep me safe. And I did that by taking out all the people who wouldn't before that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't see a need to be huge alpha, make all the moves when I know I'm safe and good to go. And I think I proved that the round when Memes was immune, Aaron used the diamond because he wouldn't have been safe and nobody took me out. So I don't think that should be a knock against me at all. At the end, when one person was gunning for me, Duke, he wasn't able to do it. So I don't see how that's a negative.
Okay. And like I'm not like the Quentin thing, like I totally get it. Like I don't know, you know, I'm not gonna punish you for that. It's just, oh my god, there's dogs everywhere. I don't know. That's a good point, actually. Christ, you're always right. Okay, well that's all I have for you. Duke, I don't really have a question for you. I'm really happy that we started talking towards the end. I think you played really good. I feel like you did what you had to do to survive. You won when you absolutely needed to. Yeah. And Aaron.
Hey, love.
Yeah, so like you praise yourself a lot. And we all know that like you're cocky and whatnot, like everyone. But I feel like you don't have much to back it up. And I need you to like explain this to me, because I honestly, you keep saying you had a strategic game, you had a killer social game. Bitch, you only talked to me when you were like, oh, I'm nominating you and Adam, and then it turned out to be Matthew and Papa. And then like anytime I would have to talk to you and be like, yeah, I'm nominating you. Like, I don't see how you had such a killer social game. And I know like not everyone talks to everyone, but it's just that you're saying that you're having a good social game. I don't see it. You also said you had strategy, and I don't see that either. Like, I'm not trying to dog on you. It's just that I'm not seeing your game from your perspective. And I don't know. I can't tell if it's you just being cocky or if it's actually true. Like, I'm not understanding the strategic part really, because I felt like most of that was coming from Curtis. I felt like you were like riding Curtis's back for some of it, if not like 89% of it. Everything you did was predictable. You had your final whatever with, you know, Derek and Amber, and pretty much everyone else in the game but me, you were only voting people out that weren't in that, and like that's so predictable. Like, I mean, I knew about it, so it was just not very strategic to me. Like, yeah, I don't know. In my point of view of this game, the only thing that you've got going for you is winning the comp. But so does Duke. Duke was winning. Duke won when he needed to. So I need you to set my record straight.
Okay.
And go.
So, I wasn't sure when you're okay.
Okay.
So the social game, my social game was not with you at all. We both know that. Going into it, I was expecting you and Adam to go after me right away. You never had a chance. I knew Curtis was going to keep you off of that for a while, but basically any social game I had through you, I was hoping it was with Curtis. Curtis had those things with me as well. We both did basically, I knew he was talking to Peyton and you. I was talking to Duke and Derek. He also had a connection with Derek too, which helped. But it was more like I wasn't expecting you to ever vote for Curtis over me. So I was just hoping that either if we ever needed you, that Curtis's connection would be good enough for that. As far as same with, I assume that he was like that with Duke. Fortunately, we never had to worry about that. The only connections that we did have to worry about was Quentin and Billy, and they did pull through. So as far as social game goes, I feel like the people that I talked to, obviously for you, it's really hard to explain to you just because I blatantly, you were one of the people, you and Peyton, that I didn't really talk to for most of the game other than to talk game stuff. Strategy wise, I feel like the very first 2 rounds, I was super not around. I didn't want to talk during Will's birthday weekend. And then after that, I started work, things like that. But I think my strategy picked up after the round that Jordan left, because Jordan wasn't the one that I wanted to go that round. I wanted Adam to go. And I feel like if I would have pushed harder, I might have been able to make it happen. But I decided after that it wasn't going to happen again. And every round after that, the person I did want to go home, I made sure went home. I won almost every challenge to make sure that the people I wanted up would go up and go home during my nominations. And it probably came off as asinine, but my intention was I wasn't going to really lie to people this game. Yeah, it's blunt, and yet nobody wants to hear that they're going home. But I also wasn't going to sit there and lie to them and say, listen, like when I told you, Victoria, I'm nominating you, but you're not going home, I meant it. And then the round that you were going home, I said, listen, like, yeah, you're going home. And I did that to literally everyone in the game, which I'm not surprised why they hate me for it. But that was my intentions of being like honest and truthful about it instead of leading them on to thinking they had a chance. I don't know if you need me to go, anything else you need me to comment on?
So it's almost as if, okay, so your thing was you would tell people when they're going home. And like, that's fine being upfront, but if that's like the only not the only, but if like you have communication like that with people, it's like someone mentioned in the jury, like your strategy is just to be an asshole. Like that's where your jury management like tanks, you know? Like
well, that's why I even said that before, was that my goal was not to get to the end and win. If I won due to the fact of because my goal, and that's how I played this game, was that I wanted to get me and my allies to the end. Originally, I'm not going to lie, it was Derek I wanted in Final 6 instead of Duke. But Amber kind of just the way that Amber would tell me information about Derek, it made me distrust him a little bit. And it made me trust Duke more. Not saying Duke wouldn't have nominated me, because that would have been the smart thing to do if he ever won. But that was why he took that 6th spot. And I'm not going to say like I sat here playing the best jury management ever. My goal was to get me and Curtis to the end, like I said. I'm not going to sit here and repeat that again because nobody wants to hear it again. But I even told Curtis, like, you're going to win this game. I told Curtis this like round 3. I said, I'm not going to win this. I'm going to be gone jury. Like, as soon as jury starts, we split. I figured I'd go home.
Okay.
But Curtis set us up so well the first half that the second half was when I felt I took over and Curtis got to chill because nobody was going to vote him out. I knew if there was ever a point where anyone won and nominated Curtis, myself, and anybody else, most likely Quentin, I would have went home. And there was nothing I would do to change that.
You're saying that the reason you did so well in the second half is because of Curtis.
Technically, the reason I did so well in the second half was because I won every challenge but one.
Well, Curtis set you up well, is what you just said.
Curtis set himself up well. He set him, so that's why I had to start more looking out for myself, and that's why I started making sure like I wasn't gonna lose a challenge.
Okay. So your social game, you relied on Curtis to talk to me. That's not good social game, I feel like, in my opinion.
Well, you can't really talk to everyone. That's why I didn't. So, like I said, the two main people I didn't talk to was you and Peyton.
Okay. In your strategy, I feel like you say you had good strategy. I feel like if I would, well, you said you didn't want to win. However, if you did want to win, you shouldn't have brought Curtis to the end because he beat you. Isn't that what you said?
I said I didn't play a game to win. I played a game for me and Curtis to get to the end and for Curtis to be Curtis. Like, Curtis is good at games. I know how Curtis is. And Curtis has been getting picked off a lot the way that I usually do, for being seen as a threat. And I was able to keep winning comps, but at the end of the day, I wanted to be here with Curtis. I didn't want to just settle for voting for him while I was in the jury.
Okay, I respect that. Okay, one last question, and I'm leaving. I promise. Curtis, I forgot to ask you this. How come you wouldn't tell me you were voting me out? Not whenever I win, but like whenever. Of course, I've heard other people say it. Like, you wouldn't even tell them that you were voting them out. Like, was it just confrontation? Like, you didn't want to do the confrontation? Like, I would get that, but like, I just want to know why you would. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so is there, I mean, like, I don't know, like, people just didn't like how you wouldn't be straight up with him about how, like, voting him out, I guess. Like, is that even true? Like,
No, I don't think so at all. Amber asked, I told her. I was the first one to tell her. You didn't ask the round you left, and you self-voted, so I don't know if you were even around.
no.
I guess I didn't go to you and say, hey, Victoria, fuck you, I'm voting you out. I'm sorry for that. I don't think that's my responsibility, right? But if you had asked me, I absolutely would have told you. And I would have told anybody. I don't see the point. That's why the Quentin thing is so like weird to me, because he had nothing to gain by not telling me if he wanted me out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no, I do not think that's true at all. I don't like confrontation. I hate fighting with people so much. But I absolutely would have told you had you asked, and I did tell everybody who asked me.
Okay, that's good to know. I think I've got everything up here in my noggin to know how to vote. Okay. You guys have a great night.
Well, there's only been 2. Are you talking about Brovival also? Are you counting Brovival? Oh, okay. I was like, you've only had one other season. I feel like everyone showed up for my season of Brovival.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Good.
So I'm drunk. I've been doing some shots since we've had some technical difficulties. I've taken one for everyone. So I'm 8 shots in, and here we are. So I just really want to congratulate the 3 of you. You guys did what, however other many people couldn't do. I have a lot of respect for that. I really wish I was there. I'm a little bitter that I'm not, but that's the game. So, I guess my question that I have for all 3 of you, let's take out my notebook here. So who was your most significant social connection besides your partner, and how did it help you make it to where you are now? Obviously, you guys all won a lot of challenges, so when it really comes down to our votes on jury, we need to know a little bit more insight besides those challenge wins. So we'll start with Aaron.
So mine would probably be, I want to say, it's hard. I'm trying to choose which one. I'm going to say Quentin, which is easy to say because I feel like everyone's choice was probably Quentin. Due to the fact that when it came down to it, Quentin didn't nominate us that round. That was the one pivotal moment where we needed which I was actually talking, I think the 4 rounds before that, when Viber asked me, what do you like, are you glad that you got immunity or something like that, or that you're safe? It was that the entire game we were playing, or at least I was, to where when we didn't win, hopefully the people that were there would have our back. So even if, let's say, Billy would have nominated myself and Curtis, I still think we would have been safe that round, due to our connections with not only the San Francisco boys, but Amber. But Quentin was the one that won that round. And had he wanted us out, he could have taken us out. So I'm gonna have to say him.
Okay, let's go Aaron, or Curtis, sorry. Oh.
Okay, so that's hard because everybody was really fucking good to me on jury for sure and helped me out. But I'm gonna go with Amber. Amber didn't win the challenges to keep us safe, but she would tell us literally every single thing somebody did, even if it was minute. You included, when you were trying some other stuff and talking to some other people, Amber immediately came and told us. And Amber was loyal, and that's why it hurt to cut her, and it was probably a bad strategic idea to cut her. Even we should have, if we were playing a game that didn't involve meeting these people in real life and yada yada, Amber was loyal, and Amber fed us all the information we needed, and Amber was a great friend. So I'd go with Amber.
Okay, and Duke.
I would say Aaron. The reason I would say Aaron is because Aaron, told me a lot of things that was going on within the game, and he helped me with my decisions on whether to go for immunity or Q Master based on what everybody else was doing. So having that kind of him in that group, just telling me exactly what's going on within it, that would be my best connection other than my partner.
Okie dokie. Well, that's really all that I have. I just want to say again, congrats to the 3 of you. I feel really bad that I can only vote for one of you because I do think you all 3 deserve it. I love you all 3 individually, and you guys rocked it. So good luck tonight.
Thanks, Darren. All right. congratulations to you both, and thank you for all the questions from the jury. The reason why I believe I deserve to win the game is I kind of have a little bit of a strategic, social, and a competition background. I think I may have not excelled as much in one compared to the other contestants, but I think I did show at least a little bit or a decent amount of each. The connections that I made, I may have not spoken to everybody on the jury, but the people that I did, I felt confident with the information that they were giving me. And I think that I made enough moves to propel myself to this seat. I won competitions when I had to. I didn't have a set alliance at all throughout the game. I was kind of going up against something that was solid, and I didn't have, maybe the protection that the other two contestants did have. But, that's because I didn't set myself up as good as I could have. But with the cards that I was dealt from the beginning, I made the best of what I had, and I clawed my way to here. So I hope I can get your vote. If I can't, then I respect your decision, and it's been a wonderful game, and thank you for allowing me to play.
Yeah. So, I mean, I basically said everything I wanted to in the opening. And then the questions, I feel like Jesus, stop taking pictures, Don. But I do want to, I actually forgot to comment on something, is that any sort of ill will or negative energy towards me, I do hope you don't take it out on Curtis. I love Duke to death. I genuinely do feel like Curtis deserves to win, if not me. But at this point, like, clearly, it doesn't sound like it's going to be me. So my thought is if I'm not hurt if I get 0 votes. So if there's somebody out there that wants to just give me a vote, don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't bother me. I sat here to play for me and Curtis to get to the end, and I accomplished it. So I'm happy about that. I do want to say I love Duke to death. Duke, you're fucking great. The reason why I was telling you every round is because, like, I was okay. Like, I obviously didn't really want you in the end because I wanted one of the people I was with all game. But there was a reason why I was telling you the truth and wasn't going against you, because I would have beaten you in the first two. You beat me in the endurance. Good job in there. But I wanted them to beat you because they hadn't really proven that they could win comps, I guess. But congrats, you fucking killed it. And I love both of you guys.
Okay, I'm really overwhelmed. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for all being here. It's really difficult for me to imagine a group of people in a jury phase I like more than you guys. Billy and Victoria and Derek were really great friends before this even started, and it was wonderful, talking with you guys more and playing with you. Amber, Quentin, Fedja, Peyton are all people I met during this game. I lucked the F out by loving you guys so much, and you guys just being awesome. And then Jordan, I love, but he would have killed me. I do think I played the best game. I do think I deserve your vote. If you're not voting for me because I hurt your feelings or because you think that Duke legitimately played a better game than me, then that is fine. I obviously can't argue with that. But I am confident in saying I did not luck into this win. I deserve to be here. I think I played with heart, and I absolutely deserve your vote.
I'm just happy to hear that timer again. You know, if I get 0 votes, I'll have had 0 votes the entire game. Can't wait for my ID. Oh, I should have brought up. Well, actually, I guess this jury wouldn't care.
Victoria's dogs barking was fucking killing me. Like that was hilarious. They jumped on her.
She's
Oh my
getting
God.
attacked. No, I said I was gonna say I should have brought up that Duke's a Patriots fan because I would probably get some hate, but I don't think anyone cares. This is not the jury.
I'm gonna go use the restroom. We'll be right back.
I wonder who Chapman would have voted for.
Self-voted.
Votes. God. Can I request a 69 in my ID for next season? Let's see. Did you already make it? Oh, Nicole sent me a nice message. She's the last person I thought would send me a nice message.
Nicole's pretty awesome. I really like her. I would love to play another game.
Good. I think if we wouldn't, I don't know if they would have ever worked with us if we didn't nominate them that time.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I guess it doesn't matter. That was like the main thing that I like. Is that like we could have just sat here like dead fish if we really. Well, no, that's not true because we would have probably went home around Billy and Quentin won. I was like, I don't understand what it is with games that Amber's in. I just win every comp for some reason because I usually don't win competitions. But like Annihilation, I won every single one. This one I won 11 out of 13 or 14. We decided. Fiverr, did you see the bullshit that Brad did? Did you see the bullshit twist that Brad did? He just wanted Nick DeLisi to be safe for a week. You should have went in active Fiverr. Fiverr, your outfits lately, man. Oh, maybe that's why.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was like, I've seen that before.
I was like, I like that shirt, but I'm pretty sure it's because I did the exact same thing yesterday when you came on camera with that shirt. Sorry. I hear you.
My microphone was muted. Okay, I unmuted my microphone.
Say all those good things about us again, Viber.
Oh my god, my autocorrect. Okay. So to the jurors, quick information. There's going to be a recap after this. So a little call where I will go over the season. What I did say just now is that Aaron and Curtis shouldn't be here, but they are. There were a lot of things that happened throughout the season where they should have been eliminated. Quentin and Feta should have been eliminated. Amber should have been eliminated. But there were wasted opportunities where it was very easy to do so. But it didn't happen. More information will follow on that call. Now, what I was going to say is thank you for a relatively smooth season. There were very few situations where I actually had issues hosting. When it comes to the challenges in comparison to season 1, it was a giant improvement. There were obviously still certain situations with like fibbage or the confessional things or other stuff like that where there can be work done in the future. But once again, if you would like to contribute and give me any feedback on things that have happened, I would greatly appreciate it. And it don't matter if it's negative or not, because that's how feedback works. Other than that, the winner of this season is obviously going to win $100, while the runner-up will receive $25. If there is a tie for second, we will split the money. So yeah, I don't really have a lot more to say on the stream because I don't want to waste time like I have earlier. So I will read the votes for one final time. First vote, Duke. Aaron, that is 1 vote Duke, 1 vote Aaron. Curtis, 1 vote Curtis, 1 vote Duke, 1 vote Aaron. Curtis, that is 2 votes for Curtis, 1 vote Duke, 1 vote Aaron. Curtis, that is 3 votes Curtis, 1 vote Duke, 1 vote Aaron. The winner of the Cube Synergy, Curtis, congratulations by a vote of 6-1. You are the official winner of the 2nd season of the Cube. Duke and Aaron, congratulations on tying for 2nd place.
I love that.
All
Thank
3
you.
of you would have been very deserving winners because you all got here in your own individual ways, and you should be super proud of yourselves. You will get little individual write-up posts as soon as I get to them. So thank you guys so much. I will see you all shortly in the reunion if you would like to join. To the viewers watching, if you're interested in applying for Season 3, there is not only an early interest poll, an early interest form. Applications will be going out in November most likely, so keep your eyes peeled. And to everybody else, thank you for a great season, and I hope you have a great night.